So we've seen sales decline by almost 13%, and we've seen inventory grow by over 9%. Months of supply even is up by 25%. Are we getting into a buyer's market? No. Stand by, I'll give you all the details. So Pete DeYoung here with Remax. So we're going to do a market update for June versus June of last year. And of course, remember that June of last year was a record year. So we have to keep that in mind. So when I talk about sales being down about 13%, that's still 17% higher than the long-term average. So significantly higher than the long-term average. And when you go through the rest of these details like I'm going to give you here, you're going to see that we're still in a strong seller's market. So like I said, sales down 13%, but up 17% over long-term trends. New listings are down 3.6%. I expect that trend to continue a little bit over the next couple of months, but let's see. Inventory is up 9.2%, which again, if you're a buyer, you kind of going, well, that's great. I want to see inventory pick up, but it's still 40% lower than our long-term average. So again, we're still in a strong seller's market. In fact, in June that we just finished, 40% of the sales were over list price. So, you know, like I said, there's still a dramatic shortage of inventory, and it's having an effect on pricing and stuff. Prices in general are up 8.5%. It breaks down like this. Detached are up 12%. Semi-detached are up 12.2%. Row houses are up 17%. Row houses is townhouses, basically the same thing there. And apartments, which if you remember a year or two ago saying buy an apartment, especially a cheap one, they're going to go up. They're up 17.5%. So in general, we are seeing prices come up pretty dramatically. And in terms of month supply, you know, I said we're up 25%. That gives us about, well, it's 1.38 months. So a month and a week and a half worth of supply, which isn't a lot. So again, we're seeing some shifts. They're very slight. We're seeing inventory climb up on a weekly basis almost, just very slowly and incrementally. And we're seeing sales drop only because there's still just not enough sales to compete with what we had last year. And in terms of what's going on across the city, every area of the city is up in terms of average price. So, of course, as has been the trend for a year or two, the most dramatic increases are coming from the east side, which is like Forest Lawn, Dover, Erin Woods, Applewood even. They're up like 18% in price. The northeast, which would be everything from like Whitehorn, Temple, up to Skyview and up to Stony Trail, they're up about 14.2%. So that's pretty good. The smallest increases are still downtown. Still 3.8%. So I still look at downtown, I've been saying this for a while, as an opportunity if you still want to invest in Calgary. As people return to work, and they are more and more still, they went from, you know, working from home to working from the office 3 days a week to now here more and more people are working every day from the office. Living downtown has become more attractive again. So, but as of now, they're up 3.8% year over year. If you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood, though, or in your market segment, whether it's a townhouse or a detached house or an apartment, and depending on what area of the city you're in, because they do fluctuate across the city and across market segments, give me a call or send me a text. My number will appear somewhere here on the video, but otherwise it's 403-818-7310, 403-818-7310. I'll happily send you a quick free market evaluation. And then otherwise, if you want a stronger number, then I'd have to see the place, and we can make an appointment to do that, and maybe even make a plan for you to move if it makes sense. But give me a shout anytime. I'm happy to chat real estate. All right, have a great day yourself, and we'll talk to you soon.